Well, I've got a couple questions here. So it's about path. Um, it says, "Hey Ganga, what are the 4 stages of the path? Trial and error, etc. And how do we balance struggle with surrender? And also, is it okay to disassociate on the path when things get difficult and one doesn't know what to do?" Well, there aren't stages of the path. You can't. I want 4 stages. I can't say there are stages on the path. I can only relate to my own journey, and things were just, craziness until everything fell away. Okay? So there are not stages of the path. One begins and continues to deepen until one gets to the end. Okay? And the end is that dismantling of the ego, the dismantling of the illusion and delusion. And as far as disassociating, that's not going to help you move forward. Okay? When these difficulties come up, those are actually doorways. They are opportunities to look deeper. But one has to stay grounded and be willing to open and question these things as they're coming up rather than disassociating. Okay? Because disassociation is putting you in limbo. So it's better to take those opportunities to look. And I know it's not easy. Like I said, on my own path, at one point I was praying for death, literally, because I was like, I can't take another. But you keep going. You take the next breath. Sometimes during the journey it was just the next breath, hanging on, getting through the difficult time. So I can relate to when you're really having a difficult time. But then, sometimes you get the light bulb moments and you see that what you're doing is not benefiting you. Okay? But again, the difficult times, the difficult things we are going through give us openings to question and go deeper and get to the root of why these things are coming up. So again, it's about looking, watching the mind, and then how does this stuff comes up? It comes up from where and goes to where. It only has life when you're focusing on it and you're giving it energy. Okay? That's what makes it feel like it is substantial. Okay? So you watch those things. That's the value of contemplating and observation, witnessing, and watching what one is doing and how these different things are affecting. Now, when something comes in and it's fear-based or it's anger, what happens? There's an immediate rush of energy, an immediate rush of, in the body, this, I forget what you call it, but there's an immediate rush of, adrenaline, okay, fight or flight, an immediate rush of adrenaline. So take a breath and then look deeper at what is causing this. Okay? What is the fear? What is the drama? And then looking again at how it's creating another storyline. What is the storyline that you're telling yourself with this? What is the story that one is concocting? Because usually what one does is tries to protect themselves. And that I do have a question on protection. And when one is trying to protect themselves, what are they doing? you're actually building a cage. Okay, you're building a cage of fear. You're imprisoning yourself out of this trepidation that you have. Is it fear of the unknown? Fear of loss? Fear of what? What is this cage that one's building and trying to protect themselves from? And the more one tries to protect themselves and build these cages, the more out of control one feels. This is a kind of a self-perpetuating wheel of creating more of the same, okay? So rather than creating this wheel of difficulty, see these things as opportunities and observe and question them, where they're coming from, what's holding it in place. Now, if you've had and you have PTSD or something like that, yes, an event happened, but it's no longer happening. And when, like I said in my own journey, I was victimizing myself because I'm the one that kept running that tape. Okay? Why do I want to victimize myself? It was bad enough the first time going through it. So again, these are opportunities, but we have to stay grounded and be willing to open the door to that and see it as it is. Now, one thing one faces on the path is fear. You face your fears. Okay, now, again, I can only speak from my own journey. At one point, you have those, and all of these things, that's what Kundalini does. It brings it up in your face 24/7, okay, to be navigated through. At one point, I felt that this, the evil was coming, and oh my God, and I'm surprised my hair didn't turn white. I was in the middle of the floor like this, just, But what I found was, you can't love it, you can't fear it, you can't fight it. When you sit there and you say, do your worst, and you sit there and you give it no energy, it's got nothing to feed on. And once it has nothing to feed on, it dissipates. It's gone. But setting up this fear of needing to control, and I might as well answer this other question as long as I'm doing this now. If somebody's asking about how do I protect myself? I use crystals, I use mantras, I use this, I use that. What do I do? What do I do? Well, realize that in the heart of being is the divine is. And that's the most power of the universe. So it says, and like the Bible says, Christ says, fear not. If you don't have fear of these things and you're not opening the doors by doing drugs or doing, these other things that will open the doors to these things, you'll be fine. Shut those avenues off. Okay? Now, when you're a child, did you need to protect yourself? It's usually only when somebody goes on a spiritual path and all of a sudden it comes up, I need to protect myself. There's the evil out. Well, why are you giving this darkness, these shadow substances, power? Why are you giving them power? Okay? They have no power other than what you allow it to have. And constructing yourself a prison of fear. Okay? It's like the Bible, the 23rd Psalm. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, the what? The shadow the shadow of death. How much substance does a shadow have? Okay? Shadow's illusion. Shadow is, it's got no substance to it. It's built on fear. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. I'm not going to fear this. It's a shadow. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. So you have the divine is that fights for you, that is there, all powerful. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup runs over. Surely goodness and mercy will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. You are a temple. It talks about the oil. That's a healing. The healing is coming. The healing is there. Okay? Your cup runs over. If you are full of the fullness of God and understand that divine is what gives you life. It's what gives you breath. It's what, keeps your life going. So why are you exchanging that? And also says, greater is he that's within you than he that's within the world. Greater is the divine is. Greater is that God element that you are at the heart of being than is this fear-mongering shadow that you want to fear. Okay? So again, once you know that, then there's nothing to fear. There's nothing you need to do to protect yourself. You are protected. You are in eternal being. Okay? The only thing that comes and goes is the body form, and what is that? That's like the car. Okay? It's like stepping in and out of a car. It's the method of vehicle while we're in this plane of existence. But when this vehicle wears out, or there's an accident, we leave this form and we continue on. We are eternal beings, okay, of consciousness. And the consciousness does what? It programs the brain, and the brain programs the form, the body, okay? So that's it. The body is like a computerized form, and consciousness programs it. Okay, so if you understand that, there's nothing to fear. There's nothing to protect yourself against. You know how voodoo and these other things work? They plant a seed of fear. That's it. You accept the fear and you're in trouble. Okay? That's how it works. But if you don't have an opening, you're not playing in the dark realms, you're not playing with Ouija boards, you're not seeking to raise the demonic. If you're not playing in that realm, you're not drinking, you're not taking drugs, you're not doing porn, you're not doing those things to open those doors to those darker elements, you will be quite fine. Okay? So that's all. Understand, when I was in India, I had to laugh at one guy. He was so intent on doing these practices to become a light body. And I just laughed. And he looked at me, why are you laughing? I said, do you not understand you are a light body? Okay? When you leave the physical form, that's all that remains. You are a light body. The divine is, which gives you power, which gives you life, is the light beyond lights. The light beyond lights. And that is what one is at the center of being. And all of us have the same amount of that light. It's just accepting it and opening the door to that and letting go of the fear-mongering, letting go of the storyline, letting go of the soap opera, letting go of the shadow, letting go of the fear, letting go of the prison that one constructs, because we are always liberated and free in one sense, but we are free to construct this prison of whether it's isolation, whether it's fear, whether it's whatever it is, the storyline that one is living and constructing and holding on to. That is what we are creating. And the more one gravitates to fear, guess what? If you are wanting to I want to put out protection around me, then what? You're going to find things you need to be protected from. Because that's what you're creating with your mindset. When you're asking for peace, then you're going to have so many ways to try to develop peace. You're going to have the most unpeaceful things coming in your face to develop it. Okay? That's the way it works. You know, when I started my journey, I was in so much pain. I had PTSD, I had depression, I was, just really miserable. And when I had gone, they to counseling, they said, we don't even know where to begin with you. That's the truth. But you come through it, you come out of it, and you find out the only thing one needed to be liberated from was not this world. I wanted to do whatever I could to get out of here. Okay? I wanted nothing to do with this plane of existence. I'll do whatever it takes to get out of here. And then you get to the end and everything implodes and you find out the only thing you need to be liberated from is the monkey mind. The mind of illusion, the mind that sets up this drama. Now, again, I'm going to bring up this because it's coming in. You read the Bible about the Garden of Eden, and what happened? They were there, they knew God, they walked with God, okay? All good. They were naked, they were free, they were happy, they were in the Garden of Eden. And what happened? They wanted to know good from evil. Well, all they had was good. All they had was good. But they wanted to have the understanding of what it is. Okay? So became the fall. They wanted to experience what that shadow is, what it is. Okay? And we were limited in these physical forms. There was a limitation made on it because these experiences can be very difficult. So we are here for a very short time to go and process these lessons, to learn, to expand, to grow. Okay? Because that's what we asked for. Okay? What did they want? They wanted knowledge. Because all they had was good. All they had was, you don't know what you got till it's gone. Remember that? Don't know what you got till it's gone. Pay paradise, put up a parking lot. Okay, so we come to have these experiences. They are limited, okay? But it's for growth because we want this understanding. We want to know. Okay? So yes, there is a path. You have the divine is within. It's what you are at the center and core of being. And what is there is to look and recognize and make this journey. And once again, you uncover, discover this divine is, that you are a temple. You are a temple of what? The living God. You are a temple. Okay? You don't need to go to a church building. You don't need to go here or there. It's here. It's here. Okay? And one can open to that. Okay? So again, this idea of I need to protect myself, I need to put away. When did Christ ever say, oh, and make sure you put that light around you? There is a natural light. Okay? They're not trying to manufacture something. It's a natural. The light is natural. Okay? Because we are light beings. So it says, do not cover your light. Let it shine. Don't hide it under this bushel. Don't hide it. Bring it out. Understand you are light. You are a light body. You are a light being. You are life itself. And once you understand and you uncover that divine is, it's the life of all life and the death of all death. It's eternal and nature, and that is what you are at the core of being. Okay? So that's the path. The path is just about coming to what you are naturally. Okay? By understanding that and opening to that. The challenges we have here in this plane are limited. We are here for a limited time, and we take on these dramas to know. To know. So I hope this has helped somewhat. Thank you for your question, and I'll see you online.